Joined by Lynn Croneberger. She's the Chief Executive Officer of SOS Children's Villages USA. Lynn, thanks for being on our program.
Thanks for having me.
You and I talked about this earlier. You actually have teams on the ground in Kathmandu. What are they telling you? What are you hearing about the situation?
Yeah, so it's as you described. It's devastating. People are terrified. They're traumatized. We've actually been in and around Kathmandu for over 40 years. We have 10 villages within Nepal and 3 around the actual Kathmandu area where the worst of the earthquake has been. So our teams are there. People are terrified. If their structures and homes are still standing, they're afraid to go back inside. When I talked to Shankar, our national director, this morning, he said they've been experiencing over 70 aftershocks. So they're terrified. They don't want to go inside, and they're trying to make do by living outdoors.
Lynn, the numbers are absolutely staggering. 8 million people affected. Death toll has surpassed 5,000, could reach 10,000. And now this logistical nightmare of getting aid to people who need it the most. Are your teams able to get aid, to distribute aid?
Yes. We are. Since we've been in Nepal for so long, and since the community knows us, not only are they bringing unaccompanied children, which is going to be more and more of a problem as time goes by. We're starting to find unaccompanied children, and we're a safe place. We actually provide child-friendly spaces. What we need now are donations. Because we're in the community, we can buy the resources that we need. Food, water, and aid is what people need right now, as well as being able to reunite with their families so that we can start to help them feel normal again. But if you go on our website, you can make a donation at sosusa.org. And we've been in the community for many, many years. We can get the resources to the people we need, and then we'll start talking about how we rebuild.
You've certainly been involved in many earthquake operations around the world. How does this one compare to the ones your organization has been involved in?
This feels very large right now. The news we're getting is coming much faster. So when you talked about the numbers growing, we don't know where the numbers are going to stop. And we know from our people on the ground that we really have not reached all the villages yet. So we're very worried about the numbers and worried about how many families are going to be pulled apart by this.
And what about the rain, the weather, and the monsoon season? That is sure to make things even worse.
Well, so water is a scarcity right now, and then sanitation and disease is going to become a very serious problem in the coming weeks.
And what about the remote areas you were talking? How bad is the devastation outside of Kathmandu and closer to the epicenter of this quake?
It's bad, and the reality is we don't know how bad because we haven't reached all the places yet. We do have some of our SOS moms providing food to people in outlying areas, and our SOS youth are distributing emergency packets to people outside the area. So we're trying to get to people, but it's going to take a few more days before we really know.
Lynn, we're hearing 7,000 or more people have been injured. What are you hearing about the situation in the hospitals? Are they equipped to help treat all these people who've been hurt?
I think they are frustrated. They need help. The government has asked for help. So aid organizations like SOS are doing everything we can to get there as quickly as we can and to get the resources they need as quickly as they can.
And how much of your effort is involved with coordination with the government?
So we work with the local government. As I said, we've been working there over 40 years, so they know us as a place that can take care of children in times like this. So they're telling people to bring us their children. And we work with the Nepal Red Cross as well. So we're working with the agencies. Agencies are cooperating as best we can right now to try and get the resources to the people there.
Lynn Croneberger, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.